What's up and welcome to Me, You, and Switch 2. I am me, Tom Tate, and you are you. So let's talk about Switch 2. This is the latest and greatest Nintendo Switch 2 news brought to you every Tuesday and Friday in snackable 5 to 10 minute episodes. Today happens to be Tuesday, June 2nd. This is episode 105. It is 7:53 a.m. on the East Coast. And I fear that this episode will not be super snackable because we have so many games to talk about. We're going to talk about all the games that have been announced for the month of June. And today happens to mark 1 year to date that I released episode number 1. So happy birthday to the show. It has been so much fun. I learned a ton throughout this process. I connected with quite a few of you, which has been fantastic. And the show download counts go up week over week. Thank you so much for sticking with the show, and I'm really excited for the next year. I am launching this week the first episode of my forever free DLC content, which will be over on Patreon at patreon.com/switch2pod. I recorded the first episode. It is a showcase of my recommendations for the NES library on Nintendo Switch Online. These are games that you can play today. My top picks, my honorable mentions, and I will share some bonus stuff, which is some of my favorite NES games that I hope to see on there someday, but they're not on there yet. There's no paid subscription tiers over on my Patreon page. It's all free. You just have to sign up to be a member to check out the free contents. If you are new to the show, welcome. If you're a returning listener, you may know that on the first episode of each month, I take a look at all the games that have been announced for the next 30 days or so. And the month of June is actually absurd. It's bonkers. There are so many games coming out. I'm very excited. I plan to pick up at least 2 of these, maybe 3 this month, because there is a lot to cover. We're going to jump right into it. First up, the big release this week, coming tomorrow actually, is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This is going to retail for $49.99. It'll be available digitally and physically. This is the sequel to Final Fantasy VII Remake, which arrived on Switch 2 in January. Pretty great that they were able to get this one out so soon. I was expecting kind of a longer delay between both games. I remember in an interview that I read, somebody at Square Enix mentioned they didn't want people to have to wait so long between playing the first and second entry. So here's the description on Nintendo's site. After escaping from the dystopian city of Midgar, Cloud and his friends set out on a journey across the planet. New adventures await in a vibrant and vast world, sprint across grassy plains on a chocobo, and explore expansive environments. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is the highly anticipated new story in the Final Fantasy VII Remake project, a reimagining of the iconic original game into 3 standalone titles by its original creators. In this game, players will enjoy various elements as the story unfolds, culminating in the party's journey to the Forgotten Capital from the original Final Fantasy VII. So there's a demo out for this game now that will allow you to play the first 2 chapters and then carry your save file over. So I think if you want to also get some bonus items, if you have a save file from the first Final Fantasy VII Remake or the demo, they'll give you some extra things. Nice little rewards, I think. It's kind of cool that they do that. I think they're doing that for Adventures of Elliot as well. I played this game already on PS5, absolutely loved it. I'd imagine this one is going to be a lot harder to run because of the open world environments, but I'm sure we'll see how the performance ends up as we get reviews, probably today, maybe tomorrow for this game. Next up is eFootball Kickoff. I'm seeing this retailing for $19.99 on the eShop. This will arrive tomorrow, June 3rd. This is a football game or soccer if you're in the US. Here's the official description from Nintendo's site. Originally known as PES, the Ultimate Football Action Game is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. A couple modes here: Solo Thrills and World Tour. Build an original team and enter tournaments around the world. Take your one-of-a-kind dream team to the very top. Multiplayer fun with Quick Match. Jump right into an action-packed match with friends or family using real national teams and clubs. And I don't know too much about football, but it looks like Messi's on the cover, so this will be a licensed game with actual people, not just random avatars of players. Next up, we have Police Simulator Patrol Officers. This will be on sale for $23.99. Then it'll go up to $29.99 after the pre-order period. This will arrive on June 4th. This is not an action game or a Grand Theft Auto-like. I watched the trailer for this, and it looks to focus on the more realistic side of being a police officer. This has been out on Steam for quite a bit, so Here's a snippet from a review on Steam. Police Simulator is actually a well-made game if you're looking for a realistic look at day-to-day law enforcement. It focuses on the details that most cop games skip, like the proper procedures, writing tickets, handling accidents, and dealing with situations step by step instead of chasing and arresting everyone. I appreciate that it lets you actually do the job rather than turning everything into a shootout. So if that's the type of game you're looking for, check out Police Simulator. Next, we have Isekai Villain Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. This will also arrive on June 4th. This will arrive on Switch 2 and Switch. It is $18.89 for the next couple of weeks, and then it will go up to $20.99. Here's the official description for this one. Isekai Villain. Rise as a true villain and carve your own destiny in a dark fantasy RPG. An ordinary young man is reborn into the world of his favorite comic, only to find himself as a bit part villain doomed to die. To escape his fate, he must rise as a true villain, gathering allies, defying heroes, and carving a new destiny in this dark fantasy isekai JRPG. Experience a story of survival, betrayal, and ambition, where good and evil clash in a pixel art world. Fight strategic turn-based battles that blend classic RPG command systems with modern mechanics. Okay, so this game has interesting graphics. They look like kind of a Game Boy Advance, Super Nintendo style sprite work, same style backgrounds. There's a quick trailer for this one. If you're looking for a cheap, under $20 RPG that is turn-based, that has like anime flourishing, you might want to check this one out. It's already available on Android and maybe iOS, so you can check out those reviews as well. Next up, we have Solar Punk. This will arrive on June 8th, $22.99. Build and decorate your dream home base alone or with friends in this relaxing survival game set in a technically advanced world of floating islands. Solar Punk is a relaxed survival craft sandbox game handcrafted by just 2 devs. So I watched the trailer for this one. Impressive to see that it was just built by 2 devs. Honestly, my personal opinion, this feels like so many other games of this genre. So maybe there's a unique angle here that I'm just not seeing. But you might want to check this out if you're a fan of kind of that cozy survival crafting style game. Solar Punk. Next up, we have Dark Auction Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. This will arrive on June 10th for $36.99, also arriving on Nintendo Switch. Dark Auction follows Noah, an 18-year-old whose father, Leonard, disappears after attending a mysterious auction at an old castle. When Noah goes to find him, he ends up trapped inside with other guests, and he has no choice but to join the auction himself. The description here says, story, 1981, summer in Europe. And I love that. It was a nice little intro. Game features: explore freely within an old castle rendered in 3D, use reasoning and deduction to solve clues through a word cloud system, and use memories to expose the truth through each auction. Next up, we have Tuati. This will arrive on June 11th for $19.99. This is a fun one. This one looks amazing, from the creator of Katamari, the Katamari series, Keita Takahashi. It's produced by Annapurna Games. We saw this in the Annapurna Interactive Showcase trailer that they put out a couple weeks ago. The description here: To a T is a narrative adventure game that portrays the extraordinary life of a 13-year-old teenager whose body happens to be in the shape of the letter T. They live in a modest seaside town that they can explore by foot, train, or even their favorite unicycle, and interact with the charming cast of characters who live there. So I know that description sounds odd. I'm going to urge you to watch this trailer. It has such a great style, and it has this fun song, this quirky song to accompany it. I absolutely love the trailer. I know this game's been out for a while. It's been out for over a year on PlayStation 5 and Windows and Xbox. I have not really had this on my radar. It's got great reviews on Steam. I think I'm going to pick up Tuati. This game looks really, really fun. Next up, we have Unrailed 2 Back on Track Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. This will arrive on June 11th for $14.99. Unrailed 2 Back on Track brings chaotic local and online multiplayer track building action to the next level. Band together with friends to collaborate and build your track across new procedurally generated worlds whilst the train is running. So it looks like this is not a cozy game. This is a track building game with extra stakes. I'm not too familiar with these series. It'll be $14.99 on sale. Then it'll be $19.99 later this month. Next up, we have Junkster. Junkster will release on June 16th for $9.99, $10. Junkster has a quick trailer up on Nintendo's site. I remember seeing this trailer when it first released too. It looks like a cute, pretty straightforward, cel-shaded 3D platformer, but it has these interesting building mechanics that remind me a lot of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, where you're fusing things together to make like bridges or elevated areas that you can just create your own paths forward to get across different obstacles. All right, next up, we have a game called Densha Attack. This game will arrive on June 17th. There's no price on Nintendo's site, so I'm not sure how much this one will cost. We first caught this game in one of the Nintendo Directs. I think it was one of the Indie Directs. I believe it opened up the Direct. It is like a super stylish anime type game where you control a train. And it looks like it's an on-rails type game where you do these Tony Hawk style tricks through various stages. It's got very wild art design and level design. It looks super out there, just my kind of game. The music sounds really good too. The description here says, flip, trick, and grind your train in a fast-paced, off-the-rails ride through a colorful Japanese dystopia. Take back the tracks with nothing but skill, speed, and style. This game also has a demo, but I have not checked that one out yet. After that, we have The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales. This will arrive on June 18th for $59.99. There's a demo for this one as well. I covered Elliot's in greater detail not too long ago in a full episode, so I won't mention much here. You can check out that episode in the backlog, but here's the quick description. A brand new action RPG from the creators of Octopath Traveler and Bravely Default. The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales combines stunning HD 2D visuals and exciting action-adventure gameplay for the first time. It looks and plays, in my opinion, it looks and plays a lot like a top-down Zelda or one of the old kind of Final Fantasy adventure games for Game Boy, the first Mana game. Really, really fun. I enjoyed the demo a ton. I have this pre-ordered. Can't wait to play through it. Next, we have Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. This will arrive for $59.99. It looks like on June 22nd. This game is already out, but the physical edition will arrive. So if you want this physically, it's coming out in June. It is not a game key card, so the full game should be on the cartridge. We also have Destroy All Humans arriving as a physical edition for $39.99 on June 23rd. That is a game key card. I think that game's already out as well. The Necromancer's Tale is a game that's arriving for $24.99 on June 24th. This looks like a PC game, in my opinion, like an old-style PC game. Here's the official description on Nintendo's site. The Necromancer's Tale is a narrative-driven top-down RPG set in an alternative history 18th century kingdom near Venice. Play as a minor noble drawn into necromancy in pursuit of knowledge, power, and revenge. So this game has been out for a bit on Steam, and it looks like it has mostly positive reviews, but some have been mixed. You can check this out if you like this style of RPG. And then finally, we have Star Fox arriving in June on June 25th. This will be $49.99 digitally. I believe it's $59.99 physically. This is a reimagining of Star Fox 64. The official description reads, a cinematic take on the Star Fox 64 story featuring new, fully voiced dialogue, an epic orchestral soundtrack, and a complete visual overhaul for the Nintendo Switch 2 system. So I covered this game pretty extensively when the Direct Shadow dropped with no notice. We covered that Star Fox Direct. So that is in the archives as well, too, if you want to check that out. This is Nintendo's big title for the month, leading up to Splatoon Raiders next month. So I think my question with Star Fox is, will we get a Star Fox demo? And I'm inclined to say yes. I'm inclined to say we will get an opportunity to try this game before it releases. I bet the second I publish this episode, a demo will be released, but we will wait and see. It might be a little bit closer to the actual release date. Maybe it depends on the health of the pre-orders. Maybe they'll decide if it needs a boost, and they will drop a demo here. Okay. According to BestBuy.com, Monopoly Star Wars Heroes vs. Villains will release on June 30th for $29.99, $30. It is also listed as a game key card. This game was announced, though, with a release date of June 11th. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this game will release on June 11th or June 30th, or if it will release in June at all. But that's the information I have. I love Monopoly, and this one looks like a ton of fun. Some unique game styles here. I'm excited to see that they put a $30 price tag on this one too. They could have easily tested this, tested the waters at $50 just because it has the Star Wars logo on it, but it looks like they're keeping it somewhat competitive. And then another game that is listed at Best Buy for June 30th is The Witch's Bakery. This is retailing for $34.99. This is listed as a game key card as well. I haven't seen this anywhere else. I've seen it listed for August everywhere else, so I'm not sure if this game will release this month, but I'm sharing it with low confidence. Here's the description up on Steam. The Witch's Bakery is a 2D adventure RPG where you live a magical life as a witch baker in Paris. Manage your store, visit iconic streets, and heal people's hearts with your croissants. So this game is published by Silver Lining. They have a solid track record, so this isn't slop. This game actually looks pretty good, clearly inspired by Kiki's delivery service. So we'll keep an eye on this one. And then finally, closing things out on June 23rd is a game called Wonderstop. Here's the description on Steam. Wonderstop is a narrative-centric, cozy game about change and tea. Playing as a fallen fighter named Alta, you'll manage a tea shop within a magical forest and tend to the customers who pass through. But Alta does not want to be there. And if she gets her way, the tea shop will be nothing but a brief and painful memory. So this is from the creator of the Stanley Parable and the Beginner's Guide. It's published by Annapurna Games as well. When they announced this game, they mentioned June 23rd, but I can't find that anywhere else. It's not on the eShop yet for pre-order, so I'm curious to see if Wonderstop actually releases on June 23rd. One of my favorite podcasters, his name is Chris Johnston. He hosts the Player One podcast. He's been in the video game industry for decades now. I've been listening to that show for 15 years. My tastes tend to align with his tastes, and he shared that this was his favorite game of 2025. So I am definitely keeping an eye on Wonderstop. I'm hopeful that it releases this month. Okay, that's a lot of games. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, eFootball Kickoff, Police Simulator Patrol Officers, Isekai Villain, Solar Punk, Dark Auction, 2 at Sea, Unrail 2, Back on Track, Junkster, Densha Attack, Adventures of Elliot. We got Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, the physical, Destroy All Humans physical, The Necromancer's Tale, Star Fox, the big title for Nintendo, Star Wars Monopoly, maybe, The Witch's Bakery, maybe, and hopefully Wonderstop. So that's a lot of games. These episodes are getting longer and longer, so I might have to start just having more of an editorial eye for the games that I feature and talk about because some of these games will start to look like low quality ports. I'm not saying that these games are low quality ports, but I think we're going to start to see them. And I think that's to be expected. I hope that you have a really fantastic week. Thanks again for your time and your attention as I kick off the second year of the show. Your feedback is incredibly helpful. A quick rating or review and honest feedback helps me continue to improve the show and also spread the word. You can reach me on Switch2Pod at Instagram and Blue Sky. That's Switch with the number 2pod. Switch2pod.com for all the subscription links and all the things. I will be back on Friday as we celebrate yet another anniversary, and this one is 1 full year since the launch of Nintendo Switch 2. Much love. Now go play some games.